Hey everybody, welcome to BombSquad. I'm Dan Stacy, and you are about to witness my nerdy family and I use silly voices, and this time not exploding dice. We are trying out a new system called Paragon, and we have Sean and John here joining us. Quick reminder, we are still, I think this will come out during the anniversary, but if not, congratulations to the winners. We'll see what happens when this comes out. Sean, take it away, sir.
All right, my name's Sean Boyle. I teach game design at RIT. And I focus on tabletop games a lot. I teach board games and role-playing games. And for the past few years, I have been working on the Paragon Universal role-playing game. We actually launched it originally back in 2006 to kind of have a more realistic and logical system that could be applied to any different setting. So it does a few things differently from other role-playing games in that it's rather success-driven. The idea is the players should succeed at what they're doing even if there's a challenge, but they should be telling a good story and role-playing along the way. It's not super combat-focused, it's more realism-focused. If you get into a lot of fights, bad things are going to happen. But of course the combat's fun, so it's definitely a part of it. And the core to the system is the HDL system, which stands for half die level. The idea behind the HDL system is that all of your stats are a number which represents an HDL, which is half the number you can roll on a die. So if you have an HDL 5 strength, that means anything strength based, you're going to roll a die 10. If you have an 8, you're going to be rolling 2 die 8, and so on. So it's meant to be a simple mechanic, a simple system. Just remember I'm rolling 1, 2, maybe 3 dice if I'm pushing things. And it also has a lot of other things that if you're not familiar, or if you're only familiar with D&D, they might be a little bit different. There's no classes, there's no levels, there's not really hit points, but it's got point-based buying of everything. It's a very skill-based system. You can make whatever concept you want. And the experience system allows for mitigating bad rolls and doing other cool stuff in the game, as well as improving your characters. It also uses cards to add to what the players can do. So every game, the players will get a number of cards. In our group, we're each getting 2. And those cards are things like a retry, or some role-playing cards, or experience bonus, or disaster strikes is always a fun one. So by playing those, it makes the game more interesting and also helps the players succeed at what they're doing. So the setting that we're working with right here is called the Embers of Pyre, which is a high fantasy setting that's actually an extension of the world of Demon Gate High, which is one of the settings we've had out for a while. It's Demon Gate High is like an urban fantasy, supernatural powers, generally taking place at a school for people with special powers. And the Embers of Pyre is thousands of years in the future after a big disaster, a magical disaster has hit the world and just rewritten the shape of it and changed society and added mythical races into the mix. So it's lots of magic. There's a huge number of playable races. We've got the book right here, so it's about 500 pages just for the setting. So this is just making of the characters and establishing the world, and there's a bunch of spells and monsters and stuff in it. So we are going to be opening this up into a public beta. So if you ever go to DriveThru RPG, you can download the PDF for free and participate in the beta and get some feedback in before we finalize all the testing and stuff. So looking forward to a successful launch of this coming up pretty soon.
Links will be in the description below. All right, let's meet the party and then we'll dive in.
All right.
What do you got, John?
I am Talaro, an avian. I serve the great angel Uriel, Master of Freedom, as a heavenly devotee. I have many brothers and sisters and many more within the church to whom I owe my life. And I also possess a spear. What's the spear?
Spear of the Storm, I believe?
The Spear of the Storm.
Nice.
Whoa.
All right.
Sakuraya.
I am Lectio. I am an angelically aligned angel, as is fitting for this world. Though my graceful presence is not quite that as the esteemed of my kin, I believe that most will find me useful on this quest. I am a roguish magus and have had some tragic family past. All the same, though, they're probably going to need me. There's lots more. That doesn't mean I need to share it.
Okay, well, I am Isra, the centaur, and I went to wizardry school and the Mages Guild, and I'm tired of the academic life, so I decided I am going to go off and go on adventures. I had an accident during my training, and I kind of damaged a little bit of the Mage Guild, so I decided that, it's probably best if I left. So, striking out into the world in search of fortune.
You left for your own personal growth, no other reason.
And I have an enormous family, and I am lost. Mentally, physically.
You just walked in and sat down with us. Still don't even know who you are. That's awesome.
I have a picture of him, but I'll show you guys later.
Awesome. I am Quess. I am some kind of alien being. What was the race?
Wanderer.
Wanderer, yes. The world and myself are unsure of where I came from, but my more recent past, while guided by a dark voice inside, has not been a pretty picture. I hope to find myself and do what is good, if I can, while I still can. Shut up. That's it. All right.
So, at the moment, you the party of adventurers is hanging out in a tavern called the Yellow Carrack. And it's in the town of Marketplace in Silveria, the Kingdom of Silveria. And the Yellow Carrack is a tavern in one of the more upscale dock areas of Marketplace, where there's a lot of out-of-town work that comes through, a lot of ships and merchants and stuff like that comes through. So you guys are all together, sitting in the tavern, waiting for some work to come in. When an old gentleman wearing what looks like a suit, kind of dressed like a butler might be, comes in and heads straight for you guys. So he kind of hobbles up to you, and he says, "I was told that I could find a group here who might be willing to take on some work. I will pay very well if you're interested. It shouldn't take you very long."
Aha. I see. Might you tell us more about this job, sir?
Yes, well, my master, Lord Autumnus, has lost something very valuable. It was stolen from him in transit before he was able to acquire it. So I would like to have you track it down, if at all possible. It's a small statuette, an antique, that he has a very strong personal connection to and would like to have it recovered. He paid a great deal for it. I'm sure you understand.
I would be most happy to return that which is lost. I know that feeling too well. If you are all willing.
Yes, I do believe so.
Willing, yes, but not all that is lost can be returned.
That's true. I suppose, hopefully, this has not been so lost that it cannot be found.
Well, if it will help the cause of my angel, I shall help.
Excellent, excellent. I
This
have...
is more more details on what exactly this object is?
Risk-reward compensations.
Yes, of course. I have been authorized. He rummages around in a pack that he's got and pulls out a pouch that clinks with coins. And he says, I have been authorized to pay you a sum of 20 moons each. 20 moons is a lot of money. 20 moons each, half to be paid up front, the other half upon delivery of the item. And so he places the pouch clink on your table, and then he pulls out a little rolled up piece of paper and undoes the string on it and opens it up and shows it to you. And it's a fairly rough sketch of what looks like a statuette bearing a kind of strange angelic form. If anybody has the symbology skill or angelology, they can make a check in that to see if they recognize what the statue is representing. Or even religion might do it.
Okay.
No.
I have religion and symbology.
Good job.
And so
It's a
we're
5 total.
rolling. When we roll, the stat gives us the dice
Yes.
that we're rolling, and then the skill gives us a modifier to that.
Yep.
Cool. So for this one, since it's our first roll, we'll say what we're rolling to give people an idea of. So I'm going to roll symbology, and I have 2d8 plus 6 with that.
Oh, I have symbology too.
Nice.
Yep.
As do I.
14 total
Okay.
for me.
And 8 plus 13.
And I have a D12 plus 5.
Get it, boy. Yeah, D12.
16.
Nice. Okay. So everyone except the priest recognizes the statue of the holy angel Azrael, who is the angel of death. That does not make him a bad angel. That just happens to be the domain he oversees.
We've met.
Yes.
My parents are a little bit more familiar.
I'm sure they are, Lectio. Okay. So he hands you the paper with the sketch on it. And he says, if you are willing to take this on, my master also would request that one of you wear this. And he holds up just a simple amulet, just a little silver amulet. And he says, this will allow us to make sure that you are following through and not simply taking the money and walking away. I'm sure you understand.
You see Quest's hand starting to go toward the money, and his other hand pulls it back. I should probably have that. Okay. No, it looks good on me. Shut up.
Yes, so it's settled then?
Little more on Autumnus. Could you please, what is his place in society?
Oh, I'm certain that you all must have heard of him if you are from this area.
Supposing we haven't looked into him yet.
Somewhat new in town.
Everybody can make a knowledge check to see if you've heard of this guy. So take a look at what your knowledge is on the front.
And
And
this
you will
is
roll an HDL of your knowledge
Gotcha.
plus your knowledge. For just a
Okay.
straight stat check, the skill is the stat.
Okay, and remind me. So I have an 8 in knowledge.
That would be
so
2 die 8.
2 die
2 die 8. Okay.
Yep.
It's
So
a-
the
yeah,
HDL is half what you can roll.
Gotcha.
Well, I rolled maximum for a 15.
Okay.
We are unfortunately not exploding in this game.
Nope.
3.
If I have a 7, then.
3.
So it's 14.
3.
So it's
Did you
6 and
add your
8.
knowledge to it?
Okay.
So 3 plus the 6?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then 9.
Okay, and as an elf, you get a +1 to everything.
Everything you roll.
Except
I
except
deserve
damage.
it.
Absolutely you do.
Thank you. 10.
Okay.
And, okay, so 11 plus 7, so 18.
Wow. Nice.
I got 20 total.
I am very
Wow.
smart.
Okay. Yes, you all have at least heard of Autumnus. He is a wealthy guy who lives in Marketplace. He has a big old mansion that is right up where the main Marketplace cemetery is. Word has it that he actually owns the land that the cemetery is on. And he's, as far as anybody knows, he's just sort of always lived there. But it's like, oh yeah, he's always been up there. He's just a big landowner.
Always lived there as in always, or just long in human sense?
You're not entirely sure.
I'm sure it's nothing suspicious.
He owns a graveyard.
Yes. We have to bury our dead somewhere.
I suppose.
Well, it must be nice to at least know where your home is.
Yes, I do agree.
All right.
Where are we to stop?
Well, I was told that fellows such as yourselves would be able to figure that out. If I knew where to start, then we wouldn't need to hire you, would we? Yes.
Point of information, was it only disappeared, or do you think it was stolen?
Oh, it was most definitely stolen. He had purchased it, and the merchants were bringing it for delivery just the other day, and it was intercepted in transit and stolen before it could be delivered.
Do we know where the merchants are, that we may speak with them?
Oh, I'm sure that you can find them. They were with the Silverwine Merchant Company. I'm sure that they still have a presence on the docks someplace.
Excellent. No, we can't stop for food right now. Do you all have anything else you need, or shall we carry on?
I believe we can start immediately.
Indeed.
Excellent. You do seem to have one doubter in your group still.
Caution, not doubt.
Ah, excellent. Caution is always a good thing in such matters. Best of luck to you. I will go tell Lord Autumnus that we have found those to do the work. When you are done, please make sure that the statuette is delivered to his home. I'm sure you can find it.
I'm sure we will.
Good luck to all of you. He kind of hobbles back out of the place. A bunch of other people kind of give him weird looks as he walks out, and then go back to their drinking and singing.
He's a rich guy that loses things. How lucky are we today?
Oh, do you think we're lucky?
Well, I'm just saying that alternatively, maybe we could help him lose a few more things.
Quest's eye starts twitching.
But I lose things a lot.
What's he gonna do? Send an old guy to a tavern to track us down if something else gets misplaced? We might even take him up on that business, eh?
I may have made a mistake. Perhaps you should be wearing the necklace.
Oh, no. It looks good on you. That's what you
Yes,
said.
It does,
that's what
it does.
I told him. Yes, thank you.
Fetching.
Why are you here?
To help, of course.
Oh,
I know
good.
all the things about everything.
Excellent. Quest.
I am Isra. Yes.
Pleasure. Shall we to the docks then?
You are
Lectio.
Lectio.
And I'm Talaro.
Dilar. Pleasure.
All right. To the docks.
All right. So you head out of the Yellow Carac, and you head over to the docks. Anything in particular you're looking for there?
Well, Quest wants to go find the silver wine merchants if they're available. Anybody else?
I suppose I will use urban navigation to get us there just that bit faster.
Okay, sounds good.
Love it.
14.
Okay. You know just the right path to take to get right to where you're pretty sure that the Silver Wine Merchant Company's ships would be. Of course, they don't really label their sails and flags, so if you guys would like to make another symbology to see if you can pick out which one is probably the Silver Wine Company.
Quest is just going to be
Symbology.
fascinated by...
Nah, I don't need to roll. I already know. Besides, I did get a 1, so I'm going to play that as obtuse confidence.
What? Say your name again.
Lectiel.
Lectiel. I wanted to say...
It is this one.
It must be wonderful to be so sure of everything.
I'm sure it is.
Got an 8.
I maxed. I got 19.
Okay.
There you go.
I wish these exploded. I got a 6 on the 6. And I ended on 8.
That means
All
you
right.
did the best. You literally did the best you could do.
That's what I said.
Yeah, so bask in it. Bask in it.
Let's make this interesting. Lectiel, make a luck check.
Yep.
So your luck stat.
Your luck stat is 5, so roll die 10 plus 5, plus your extra 1 from being an elf.
9.
Yeah, Lectiel's right. It is that one.
It's which one?
The one that you found.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. That's perfect. Amazing.
So the workers on the ship they look like they're loading cargo onto it. It's middle of the day-ish right now.
Is anyone particularly good at... Well, Lectio, perhaps interrogation and questioning would be your specialty.
Interrogation.
Did I say that? Oh dear. I mean, asking about things.
I'm not an icebreaker. Go say hi.
Yes, he does have nice hair. Shut up. Pardon me, gentlefolk.
There's a dwarf and a half-giant very precariously trying to carry a crate up the gangplank. You've got a 12-foot tall guy and a 3-foot tall guy. No, it's this way. I need it up higher. No, just lift it lower. They see you, and the dwarf turns and drops the crate. He goes, what do you want?
Apologies. Silver wine merchants, yes?
That's what the flag says.
Yes. We are here on behalf of Sir Autumnus. Hear about the missing shipment or misplaced, however.
Aye, messy business, but it was insured.
Yes, our benefactor is interested in retrieving the object if possible, so we were wondering if you had any information on what occurred.
It was stolen.
Indeed. Were you there, or do you know of anyone who was there when it happened?
Well, I mean, I know it happened, but if you want to get any more information than I know someone snuck on the ship and stole it, then maybe you want to go talk to the bosun.
The bosun. Excellent. Can you point us in the right direction?
He points up the gangplank.
Very good. It must be wonderful to be so clear-headed. And he keeps walking.
It needs to go lower. I can't lift it that high. He gets the crate picked back up and starts carrying it up the gangplank.
You should probably get that checked out.
What?
The voice.
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to put that on anyone else. Oh dear. Though, if you know someone, you could tell me. No, we're not having chicken today. Shut up. So I'm gonna head towards the bosun.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
I'll follow. Yeah.
What is he?
Jesus.
What is he?
Who?
The bosun.
You don't know yet.
Okay.
Or are you asking the dwarf?
No, why would I bother with that?
Good point. Okay.
Yeah, why would you bother with any of these lesser races?
Then you?
Yes, we are all getting along lovely, aren't we?
Hey, it hasn't come to blows yet. This is a good first adventure if the party hasn't tried to kill each other yet.
Give it time.
All right, so you guys head up the gangplank and onto the ship. And there's a whole bunch of workers there getting crates and other things loaded. And so you guys look around, probably ask around for wherever you might find the bosun. And you see a dark elf who's dressed in not ship worker clothes. He's got like a clipboard with some pieces of paper on it. He seems to be kind of directing what's going on. And in this world, dark elves are almost as common as humans. They were normal elves who decided they wanted to live more like humans than elves. So they went to the cities. There was a big falling out, and they kind of turned into dark elves over time. So they're not evil like you might be accustomed to. They're just normal people. So this one dark elf seems to be directing things.
I'll walk up to him
Okay.
cautiously. Pardon, sir, but bosun, is it?
Yes, that's me.
We are here on behalf of Sir Autumnus in regards of the missing shipment.
The insurance payment went through. I thought we had left all this behind us.
Oh
but
yes, nothing. He is still simply interested in retrieving the artifact if possible.
I'm sure he is.
He has hired us to see what we can find out. So we were hoping to find out what exactly occurred on the date of the robbery.
Wow. Well, it was 3 days ago when we came into port, and we pulled in. It was late at night. We didn't start unloading the ship right away, but the men went into town to get their land legs back. And during the night, somebody, I guess two somebodies, from the report that I got, they snuck onto the ship, went into the hold. They seemed to know exactly what they were looking for. The only thing that was missing was Autumnus's little package.
I was going to ask.
And they took off. They were both wearing, we couldn't see their faces, but they were both wearing like these black cloaks with like a short cloak. I got a rough description from the guard, one of our sailors that caught a glimpse of them as they were taking off. But I could get you in touch with him if you'd like. I don't really have any more details than that.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Sure.
And there was no altercations. They were in and out, quick and quiet.
Yep. Like I said, they seemed to know exactly what they were looking for. They were real quiet.
Have you had problems like this before?
Why?
Just curious. Is this something?
Thefts happen on occasion. That's why we post guards at night. But usually it's the sort of smash and grab. Some ruffians will sneak on board and just go for whatever they think is valuable and take off, usually making a big mess.
Yes.
Doesn't happen all the time, but once in a while.
Well, that just makes it curious. So clean.
No, that goes, the hold downstairs, the other one goes in the captain's quarters. Sorry.
Oh, no, please, do what you must. Thank you for your time, of course.
Of course.
Just wondering if we were to say that, we all have that dark side in us, if you will. If there was someone you thought might have a grudge or was down on their luck that of your employees that may have possibly could have committed this, would you have anyone in particular that you would think of?
Well, let me put it this way. Anybody on this crew who is down on their luck, as you speak, is probably too stupid to pull off a stunt like this.
That's fair enough. Very well. All right, thank you very much. Any other?
It does seem very specific. Go just for that thing. So there must be more to this object.
Were you given any information on the object itself, or no?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so.
When carrying cargo, expensive cargo, it's usually best not to ask for the specifics. I know it was some kind of statuette It was carefully wrapped in a small box. That's all I know. But I can get you in touch with the guards, the sailors that were on guard that might have a better physical description of the thieves. But other than that, I've told you everything I know.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
So he gives you a couple names and tells you that they're probably off on the docks helping with more loading of stuff.
Okay.
He gives you their descriptions.
Yep.
And he says, and please tell Lord Autumnus that we value his business, his continued patronage, and remind him that we are happy to cooperate.
Yes, most definitely.
I told you that one goes in the hold. And sorry, he goes off.
Shut up. Oh,
What?
Apologies, not you. I'm sorry.
He has a condition.
Indeed.
It's called mortality.
Yeah, those wanderers.
Yes,
He goes off.
do wanderers know age-ish when they die?
They don't die.
They don't?
No.
Ah.
He has a condition. It's called immortality.
I don't die. Oh dear. Well, carry on. Anything else here before we see the workers?
I don't think so.
Let's go.
The dwarf and the half-giant ask you to get out of their way as they've finally gotten the crate up onto the deck and are trying to get it into the hold.
Oh no. Quest might try to trip the dwarf by accident. Should I roll something?
You could roll a resolve check.
Okay.
I will be standing a little bit too close, so things might actually topple on me. So
Oh dear.
I have no sense of body space.
22.
You are able to hold back the urge,
Okay.
but you can make a coordination check.
Oh no! So
I am enjoying the image of a horse hooves on this dock. Clop, 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 clop.
I need
Probably
So-
a little slick.
Yeah, on the front. What's your coordination?
5.
5.
So
Okay.
D10.
Yep.
So,
D10
so
plus 5.
D10 plus 5.
8 plus 5, 13.
Okay. You are able to get out of their way without accidentally knocking anyone or anything over.
Oh dear. Okay.
Seems we've avoided a most unfortunate possibility.
Yes. What do you? What?
What? Carry on.
We? Okay.
You were quite graceful.
Thank you. Trip going down the
you know when a
gangplank.
horse like slips on
Yes.
like cobble. That's awesome. Okay.
So possibilities could be a thieves guild, contract work. There's not going to be a lot of free information coming around. If it is something that's just going to be passed on to a fence, then perhaps we could just hit up some of the locals. Something targeted like this seems special interest, though. And if it's special interest, then that means they're going to have looked for some information and made some contacts themselves. So if we ask about people who are asking about this, we might find our way.
That is an excellent idea. Shall we speak with the sailors and then pursue that? Very well. Okay, we'll go to the sailors.
Okay.
Go to the sailors.
So you spend a few minutes looking around on the docks to find the guys that the bosun pointed you at, but you do find them. They're just sitting on one of the crates that you're pretty sure they're supposed to be moving right now. They're just sitting there watching people going by.
Good day, gentlemen. Alright.
And I thought, we had a motley crew. Look at these weirdos. Yeah? Good afternoon, Birdman.
We understand that you saw the robbers the other night for the shipment for Mr. Autumnus.
Maybe. Who's asking? Birdman.
I believe we're asking. So
The Birdman is asking. Can you not
He looks at
see?
you and goes, yeah.
Lectium?
Oh, here it comes. All right, well, let's see what the elf has to say.
Tosses him a coin. Doesn't say anything.
Oh, he catches it. You think he's got more of those? I don't know. Maybe if we wait long enough, he'll throw another one at us.
That's it. I can't take it anymore. You will tell us everything you know. He's given you enough. You small... Apologies. Let's just say you don't want to see my bedside, and you think that's scary. Well, he's had a long time to think about what he could do to people like you.
Would you like to try and make an intimidation check?
Yes. If that would be a skill listed?
It would be a skill, yep.
All right. I have negotiation, but not intimidation.
Okay. All right. So you can still make it untrained.
Okay.
So you will roll your personality plus nothing.
Oh no.
If I remember correctly, you have a personality of 3?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
so you're gonna die 8.
all right.
What, you guys weren't picking up on my awesome personality? 5.
Plus.
Nothing.
Plus nothing.
Because I'm
Oh.
untrained.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's above average.
He kind of, the two guys just kind of snicker. And then the first one says, all right, you did pay, it's not a big deal. These guys, it was 2 of them. There was one who was real small, probably a brownie. And the other one, I couldn't tell, human-sized, looked pretty thin. They were wearing these really weird cloaks. You know, usually you see these sneaky folks running around. They're wearing a big black cloak, and it's a long cloak that actually protects them from the weather. These were just little cloaks that sort of went, I don't know, down to about here. I thought it was really weird that they were wearing those. And they both had this little, like, silver clasp on their cloaks. I didn't get a really good look at it. Do you remember what it looked like? And the other guy says, it looked, I swear it looked like a little sunset or something. And first guy says, oh, sure, yeah, let's go with that. Sure, yeah, short cloaks with a little sunset medallion pinned to it.
And how do you know it wasn't a sunrise?
Oh, that's a good point. Didn't think of that. Might have been a sunrise too.
Interesting.
This week's Fashion Sense brought to you by...
We don't know
I'll roll
yet.
symbology to see if I see if sunset clicks with anything.
Okay. And Lectiel, do you have...
I was going for religion.
Okay.
You know what I might try for is seeing if that symbol represented anything to do with the Angel of Death.
Okay.
Or his opposite, if there is that.
16.
Okay.
Religion.
And that's on religion. Okay. It doesn't have any religious significance that you're aware of. What did you get?
6.
6. You're just clueless when it comes to symbology.
Yeah, I know.
He's
Got
a
a 6 in it, but it's
practical
not
priest.
6,000.
I guess. Should I roll symbology too?
If you would like.
Slept through that class, didn't you?
I must have.
I got 14.
Okay. All right.
10.
10? Okay. It is kind of obscure. In your travels, you do remember having seen a symbol like that. You remember it being from some kind of thief organization. It's definitely not like the big thieves guild. Lectiel, could you make a knowledge check with your underground contacts and history? You might actually know a little about it.
It's such a different personality to a rogue. I keep forgetting he's a rogue. Or a rogue-ish.
It just means that you have a narrow view of the lowlife of the city. Perhaps we'll improve it. 15.
Okay. The way they're dressed and the clasp sound like a group that you've heard of, that you don't know a whole lot about them, but they're called the Dusk Wardens, and they supposedly have an interest in like necromantic relics.
There you go. Only an overzealous fanatical group would use their own symbols while heisting something. Or their rivals. Unless they were trying to double take and pretend that they were their rivals while actually posing as themselves. It's a little bit of a double think.
Mm-hmm. And then, or they could be thinking that's what you think, so they did it anyway, so you'd think that.
Exactly.
Let's not get caught up in any paradoxical thinking. I don't think I could take it.
Fell asleep in that class too?
Maybe.
Well, Lectio, with your context, do you think we could...
Yes. We could go get a drink and then be on our way.
Very well. Anything else we want out of these two buffoons? Gentlemen?
He called us gentlemen. No one's ever called me a gentleman before.
I am so surprised at that.
He's surprised. Oh, you think if I put on a tie or something?
Oh, no, you're perfect. Just
really?
The way you are.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say.
Of course.
Sean, can I cast conjure foodstuffs to make a tomato to throw at these fools?
Sure.
I won't actually, but it's good to know I can do that.
Of course.
You can conjure food.
Yup.
It's an important spell for a priest to have.
Yeah, conjure food, create water, matrimony.
Yep.
Anybody want to get married? Doing a special.
I think these two do. We'll do that and then be on our way.
How fickle can someone be with magic in the setting? Like, is conjuration like something that you do like once a day and there's something grandiose, or can you baubles and...
You can do whatever you want as long as you don't botch the spell and have it backfire in your face.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do Spark Strikers use energy for their spells? No? Okay.
I don't think so.
So yeah, the only one of the four of us that uses energy for their spells is Quest over here. That also means you can use extra energy to power them up.
Ooh.
Yep. We'll get to that. The way you cast spells is pretty awesome.
It hasn't always gone so well before. Where were we going?
The Dusk
Wardens.
Dusk Wardens.
After we get a drink.
Yes.
So after taking them by something, whatever the in fantasy world version is of a hipster coffee shop.
They probably have hipster coffee shops.
Okay.
Probably.
This is far south enough for coffee beans to regrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, local.
You're actually, let's see, you're a little bit north of, oops, too far. I'd love to be able to show you guys a better picture of the map, but, oops, come on, did I pass it? There we go. All right, so this is Silveria here. So Everwatch, the capital, that was at one time Washington, D.C., is up here. And you guys are here at Marketplace.
Okay, cool.
So same general latitude as Everwatch, as D.C. So.
Well, I would like to order a triple shot, skinny, grande, latte.
2 sleeves, no cup. That was for you, Austin.
Something with lots of milk and cinnamon.
They can do the milk and cinnamon. You put in that order, and the person behind the bar just sort of stares at you and looks at your outfit and says, I don't know what kind of drinks they serve at the Mages Guild, but we can do milk and beer. What do you want?
Milk.
Your strongest stuff.
You sure? You don't look like you can handle it. I mean, you're not a dwarf or a troll.
Looks can be deceiving.
All right, it's your funeral. He goes into the back and gets a pair of like welding gloves and a big metal tankard, and there's a big like metal cask, well, small metal cask, and he very carefully turns on. You see fire pour out of it into the mug, and he turns it back off and hands it to you, and he hands you a mug of liquid fire. It says 1 Dragon Breath Ale. There you go.
Thank you.
Fascinating.
Do they cut that with chashmal?
This is a not that expensive of a restaurant, you know.
I pay him and just let the drink sit there next to me for a little bit, just looking at it.
Okay. It kind of sizzles.
So,
We just need to reevaluate our stakes and interests. So, going against a pseudo-radical kind of people like this does mean there is a little bit of inherent risk. Obviously, they are already taking measures to procure this, and they're probably planning something wonderfully terrible and devious with it. But the ire of an old man on a hilltop may not be something that we can ignore. We do have a certain stake of money that we could acquire, but we already have some and have done some work for him.
I'm lost.
I'm just saying that before we continue, we should take a moment to reevaluate our stakes, claims, and interests.
You're saying we should potentially leave a religious artifact in the hands of these necromancer wannabes?
I'm saying that people that get carried on all in their head about their quests and their purposes in life often lose them. So, we're just reevaluating the stakes. Are we still going forward?
Don't you want the other 5 moons? Yeah, we got paid half up front.
20 total.
20 total.
Oh, 20 total. Okay.
You really want to still do the job.
Yeah.
You don't know why.
Oh, like, okay.
You personally still really want to do it.
I think he's just staring into the sizzling drink. I think I want to find the statue. Yes. Yes, I think we should go find the statue. That is my vote.
That's one.
Yes, that's what we are doing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Already agreed
Very well.
to...
Worth it it is. We will continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to get any information here? Or carry
Yeah.
on to wherever it is?
Let's see what we can find about these Dusk Wardens.
I will finish my milk.
Information gathering?
Yeah, what's that underneath? I have street smarts, but that seems to be more about perception. I mean, I guess I would be keeping my eyes open, but I don't think these people are going to be wearing things during the day.
Right.
Does anybody have information gathering as a skill?
No.
I was wondering if you did.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I do have Criminal Underground context as specifically as a background. Okay. So that's not a flavor, that's a mechanic as well.
Yep.
Sure, let's just use that. I probably should use what is already my fort. How do I use that if it has a background of 3? Is that a mechanical piece, or does it mean like I'm steeped in it?
That's just sort of the level of it. So you basically within the city, you have considerable contacts within the criminal organizations.
Okay.
So it goes from 1 to 5. 5 would be like every assassin and spy in the world, whereas 1 is a guy that helps fence stuff down the street. Right. So you're sort of in the middle of that.
Okay.
So yeah, and you've been involved in that world for quite a while.
All
So,
right.
yeah, you can if you just take half hour or so, you can just find some people that you know and ask them some questions.
Sure.
Are we flavoring this that we're walking around and he's taking us certain places?
Yeah, well, it would depend on if he wants you guys to go along and know where these criminals are hiding out.
I was just thinking that. I was like,
Fair.
yeah, no. Actually, how about you just hang out? Since you want to continue on with this, how about you just hang out here, enjoy your fire water, and I'll be back in an hour with the right guy.
I have another milk then.
Oh, I will. See the fire in his eyes for a second.
Or I thought you were going to say, see the fire pouring out of his mouth.
Oh no, he hasn't drank yet.
Okay, yeah, I'll go and make some rounds, question some people, and find the right door to knock on next.
Okay. So yeah, that'll take you a little while. Is anybody else going to do anything in the meantime?
Well, I'm not skilled at it at all, but I figure while we're hanging out there, try to chat up people to see is anyone talking about necromancy or just, spilling some kind of beans in regards to that angel statue in Autumnus.
Okay. All right. Yep. You can still make an information gathering check, which is going to be personality based.
Yes.
So you're just sort of asking around at the hipster coffee shop you're in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just walk around with my fire water. I haven't drank it yet. 5.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't add anything, right?
Right.
So not skilled. Okay.
Right. Yep. So you order another milk, and the serving wench comes over and gives you your milk and says, I wanted to apologize. I know you ordered a coffee when you first got here. You ordered a weird coffee, but we stopped serving coffee at noon, so I'm sorry about that. Here's your milk.
I will try not to bump into anything else today.
Oh, yeah.
Backs
So,
up
yeah,
and
she
bumps into something else.
says, and I apologize. If you break anything, it will be added. The cost of it will be added to your tab. Enjoy your milk.
Oh dear. I'm not gonna move.
Make a coordination check.
Coordination.
Oh,
no.
dear.
Oh no.
Hey, it's better than my personality.
You, as she walks away, you say, I'm not going to move, and you shift a little bit and knock over an entire table behind you.
Oh, no.
Crash! And the people sitting there are like, oh, their drinks and everything go smashing on the
I'm
floor.
trying to sneak away, but it's like
You're like,
clop, 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 clop.
When that happens, Quest throws his cup. He's waiting for the right moment.
make a luck check.
Oh no.
Do I get to add the luck to this, or is it
Yep.
straight?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're pretty
I'm all right.
lucky.
I'm all right. Hey, I get to roll a d12. Do I
I
even
gave
have
you one. Yeah, that
One.
one.
Oh, hey, buddy.
You guys
You're
need more
always
D12s.
forgotten.
We have more.
I know. Well, we have a bag. They've been ostracized to their own little bag.
Oh,
That's
no.
never
Sad.
4 D12s.
11 total.
Okay, it leaves a big scorch mark on the floor, but fortunately you don't set the entire tavern on fire.
Oops. There's this moment where he's just smiling, and then, oh,
You get a little hint in your head of, there's got to be something else flammable in here.
shut up. I know that. The elf didn't see that. No, he's gone. Oh, good.
All right, so
You're praying. That's so
Sweet Uriel, save me from these people.
Right, so you're gone for a little while, Lectiel. And long story short, in finding your various underworld contacts, you ask them about the Dusk Wardens. And their information network is basically able to point you to where they think the Dusk Wardens operate outside of kind of the underground, but there are still some people who have had contact with them, and there's this one, basically a sewer entrance under a stone bridge going over the river, where they have been seen going in and out.
Sounds lovely. Alrighty.
It's always a sewer.
I like picturing you just.
Do I have high waiters?
Probably not.
I will go and buy some high waiters.
Okay. All right. You buy some high waiters.
Are you coming back?
I guess
Hey,
during this
those are
time,
very interesting shoes.
You're gonna need a pair.
And I look at my hooves.
I don't know how it's going to work. Just telling you need one.
What were you up to?
so I suppose during this time I was gonna be praying, I guess, for guidance. It's like, dear Uriel, I'm really sorry I'm stupid. Can I get some guidance as to what I've missed?
Make
Crash
a faith
boom.
roll.
That's something I'm actually good at. For once. So die 8, die 6 plus 8. Not bad. So that's 16, 17.
Yeah.
Okay. You get the feeling that despite the questionable nature of the people that you are currently associating with, you do feel like you are currently on the right path, but you should question everything that you run into from this point on.
Question everything you run into from this point on. Okay.
Could that be when you hear the crash? Question everything.
Everything you run into from this point on. Well, there goes the dragon's breath ale.
Love it.
Any insights into Azrael or the Dusk Wardens? It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention in religion class.
Again, question everything that you
Question
encounter from this point on.
Okay.
And that there is danger.
Okay.
So, what did you find out?
Ah, you're back. Stop doing that.
There wasn't even a class for that. I have a location. You're not going to like it, but it is a sewer system.
Why wouldn't we like that?
Because I've been there.
Oh.
You're gonna want a pair of these.
He's wearing hip waders.
I'll just wash my feet when we're done.
Bird bath.
Bird bath.
What? I didn't say that.
Were you in there? Do you need to be cleaned?
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
And so,
There's a big scorched spot on the floor that could probably stand to be cleaned.
I'll head over to it and pray for a hygiene spell.
Okay. Can you fail?
I don't think so.
Okay.
hygiene is Venus. Venus is no.
Okay.
I can't possibly fail it.
You say a super short prayer and wave your hand, and the big mess that your clumsy, sloppy wanderer threw on the ground and tried to burn the tavern down gets cleaned up, vanishes without a trace.
Not sure if hypochondriac or clean fetish. I'll operate on one of those presumptions.
Well, into the filth seems appropriate. Lead the way.
Let's all just take caution from here on out. I asked for Uriel's guidance, and his insights seem to point to nothing being quite as it seems.
You are paying attention. I will take you under my wing, so to speak.
Extends wing.
Thanks, buddy.
Your ear straightens out just a little bit. When you say that about not everything is as it appears, Quest actually gets really quiet and like kind of tucks into his cloak a little bit. He's the only one not happy with the moment.
Because he really wanted to burn down the tavern?
Well, I didn't. So.
Okay, so
yeah, to the sewers.
you guys head off to the bridge that you were given the location of. And you make your way down to the river. Let's see, let's have everybody make a climbing just to safely get down the bank. You don't need to because you can fly.
We'll be climbing.
Climbing?
Climbing is a skill. And
Definitely
it's
not in my
strength
repertoire.
based.
Excellent. Actually, I'm stronger than I am charismatic.
Wait, you just roll strength?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
And you're actually going to get a bonus to this because you're a horse. So you get a bonus if you look down in the lower right of the character sheet. There's your racial modifiers and stuff. You get bonuses to balance.
Oh, yeah, +4
Yep.
to balance checks. So if my strength is 10, I roll a
2 die 10.
2 die 10.
There
okay.
are no d20s in this system.
Yes.
6.
Okay.
Because I'm not skilled, so I don't add anything. I'm just rolling.
Yep.
Garbage.
Darn.
Put
Go
them in the
D12s.
D12
It's
jail.
your time to shine.
Yeah!
10.
26.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I'm
Right?
holding
Because
on
it's
to
plus
his
the 10
tail.
plus the 4.
Yep.
And then I got 8, 12. So yeah.
No, you're just, it's the dice plus 4.
Oh, okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 4, so 16.
That's still
Okay.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Still good for not being trained in it.
Yep. But strong horse.
Yeah.
So,
But clumsy.
yeah, so you fly down there, you two climb down, and you tumble and fall.
Yay.
And let's do a little
Yay.
bit of damage to you from that fall. You're going to take 4 points of damage to the body as you hit a rock,
Ooh!
and 2 points of damage to the left arm as you fall on it.
Awesome.
Climbing down the bank, it's all just like crushed rocks, and you slip and go.
Out. Pardon me. And I put that in.
So the
Which- the body
way the
sections.
health works is there's the top, the square boxes at the top are where you record lethal damage on the left and what your penalty is on the right.
Gotcha.
So you would put, what did I say, 4?
4 and 2?
So 4 in the body and whatever. What is your pen?
Blank.
On the left. So
Oh,
right there,
over
there's
there.
cap and pen.
1.
1? Okay. So you're going to be at a -4 from the body damage.
Okay. And left arm was 2.
Yep.
Okay.
You really
Which is
are
going to put you at
frail.
-2.
Yeah.
Yep. Low pain tolerance.
Oh,
So now that puts you at a -4 to everything you do because of the body damage. You broke a rib, or I mean, you just have a low pain tolerance, so it just ow, 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 and you also bruised your arm. So anything with your left arm is going to be at an additional -2.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about that too much, though, because you got the cleric here. My friend, are you quite all right? I'm sorry. I should have offered to help you down.
Oh, it's all right. It's
Here, allow me to.
well deserved.
And Isra, you can heal too.
Yes, I did see that.
They're doting over me now. While the
I was
elf
gonna say,
watches.
I'm going down the embankment, and it's like drunken boxing where you're like, oh, they're gonna fall. Oh, no, they're like, okay, because he's clumsy, but but he did pretty good.
And then I just I'm down.
Oh dear.
So while this is going on, Lectiel, could you make a perception check?
Yes,
Right
and I
on
also
the-
wanted to do magic sense.
Okay.
So perception, indeed. Nine.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of distracted by what's going on here to notice anything out of the ordinary. But you can do the magic sense if you would like.
I indeed would. 13.
Okay. There is the obvious magic being cast by whoever is healing Quest. But you also do sense that a little ways down, so you're the grate that you're at is here. And you can tell that someplace over here there's some magic.
Okay, so down and on the left.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Just one quick thing, Sean. You have my perception noted down as D12 plus 4. Luck of 5 with attentive would put that HDL 7, though, right?
You're right.
Okay. And insight of 5. So.
Are you going to help him?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Should I?
No,
I can expect your arm while he looks at your rib cage or whatever. What
All right.
happened?
So I rolled
Got
10.
like a black eye forming already.
Sun, I've got 7 in that, so I got a 15 on healing. Difficulty is the total damage you've sustained.
In each area.
In each area.
Yeah. Because you heal a single area at a time.
Okay, so my difficulty on healing him would be if I go for the body, it would only be a 4.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, so obviously the spell succeeds. If you want to grab his arm,
Okay.
heal 6 from your body.
There is no overflow healing, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's all right. So that
Yep.
is the points. Awesome.
Wraps around.
Oh, cast vigorous healing. So healing damage explodes.
Yep.
So with healing, it's from the sun. So do I go off of the sun?
Yeah, so you'd use your sun's skill.
skill? Okay,
Yep.
which is a 6 in sun, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So the way that magic works for most characters is that instead of like schools of magic, magic is divided up into 10 different planets. Each planet has its own domain of types of magic. Each one of those planets is also a skill that you use for casting the spells.
Okay,
Cool.
and I got a 15.
Okay, that definitely succeeds. So
For your
what
arm.
what is your sun rating? A 6, you said?
Yes.
All right, so then you would roll HDL 6 to heal his arm. So he'd
HDL
succeeded on the spell.
6, I roll the same thing again, the D10
Yep.
plus.
No, HDL 6 is just a die 12.
Oh, die 12. Okay.
Yeah. Do you need one?
I have it.
There it is.
12.
Okay,
Okay.
so you are perfectly fine.
Well,
Just a
since
little
we're
bit
all
here and a...
since we're all doting on the Wanderer, I cast Restore on his ego.
There was none to restore, anyways.
Oh.
carry on into the filth.
I wade my way into the tunnels.
Okay. The grate has a lock on it.
I guess I'll take care of that too.
There's a big
Those are
monster in the
happy
sewers.
sounds.
10.
Okay, yeah. It's not that fancy of a lock. You pick the lock. It's kind of rusty and stuff, but you pick it up. Pick it and open up the grate.
You can check on the magic.
It's further down.
He already did.
You can do a magic sense if you want.
Well, no, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a passive thing, so...
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's just a magic perception. So go ahead and roll magic sense.
Magic sense. Got it right there. Magic sense. Haha.
I'll do one as well.
Okay.
I'm not that good at it.
Oh, that's
I'll do it because I get to roll a d12.
wrong dice. This one.
So excited.
Every opportunity to roll a d12.
Yes.
8.
5. Okay. You detect nothing.
19.
Would attentive do anything with that? No. Okay.
What was that?
19.
19.
Whoa.
Okay. You definitely
Cracking
detect...
bones.
and what did you get?
I had 8. Yeah, 8.
8. Okay. You don't get anything. There's still a lot of magic kind of lingering from the two of you healing him. But you also sense the same thing that Lectiel sensed. So as you get in there, you can see that the path goes, it's just like a storm drain, basically. You kind of have to crouch to go through it. And there's kind of like some garbage and stuff leaning against one of the walls a little ways down that you're able to just make out. And you think that there's some kind of magic there.
Okay. I see it as well.
You can make a resolve check because elves are claustrophobic.
I'll cast Renew Oh, I don't have that spell.
So it's what I roll plus the number itself?
Yes.
15. Oh,
Okay.
wait. I've got a -1 penalty on that? Is that for
No,
claustrophobic
that's just
specific?
your that's just the stat adjustment that's already been factored in.
Yeah, it's the
Already
racial
factored in.
modifier.
Okay. 15.
Okay. You're not happy about it, but you are willing to go inside.
Okay.
So you can see okay, but it is dark in there. Let's see. Quests.
I have light.
Okay. Yeah, you glow a little bit,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
which...
How embarrassing.
So you have a very, very faint... In the daylight, no one can see it, but you get in here and your skin is just kind of radiating a little pale amount of light.
He's looking around, hoping nobody notices.
I'm like picking at your skin.
No, it's all fine. Left arm is good. Thank you.
I suppose I'll
I
suppose I'll
like a little
pull my
container.
broadsword and poke around at the trash a little bit.
Okay. So you head in and go down the tunnel. The rest of you can't really see very well.
Let's see, light. Light is cast what, on an object?
Yes.
Or just
There's a couple different ways you can do it.
okay.
And you've got the book, so it's probably faster for you to
Yep.
look it up.
Magical source of light, which illuminates clearly to a maximum range of meters equal to half your casting check.
That's awesome. Glowworm or lightning bug to enhance. Or me.
Chooses a small glowing ball wherever
Just
you
cast it
choose
on
to
me.
Well, you would get used up. The enhancer gets used up, so you could be used as an enhancer, but then you're dead.
Hey, it's all for the team. I'll ask Lectiel while you're thinking about it. Should we be cautious, or shall we give the others something, shed some light on the situation?
We should always be cautious. But shedding light is not uncautious. It's simply announcing our presence.
Go ahead.
Night trip. Fall into you.
Reflexes, I suppose, then. So let's see.
Roll an active dodge.
An active dodge. Okay. So that's 2d8 plus 8. 11.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say he dodges that.
Okay, so I just keep falling
Yeah,
onto the ground.
you fall into the yuck water.
Announcing
Nice.
your presence.
Really loud.
To everyone.
Do you whinny when you fall into the water?
Yes.
I'll take a little extra time casting light, which I can't do that much, but
Okay.
it's a low-grade spell. Okay, so 8, 7 is 15, plus 1 from extra time. 16. So
Okay.
I get 16 meters of dim light
Okay.
and 8 meters of bright light.
Okay. Okay. And what are you casting it on?
I'm just making glowing orb
Okay.
to travel with.
Okay. All right. So you're poking at the
At the trash.
stuff. Okay. Make a perception.
I am now maintaining a grade 2 spell.
13.
Okay. So there's just some garbage, and there's like a couple of planks kind of leaning up against the wall, and scratched into the wall, just to the side of that, you see the same symbol, that Dusk Warden symbol, just kind of like a line with a sun on it. And make another magic sense, I guess.
So
I'm
what are
gonna
we doing
re-roll
there?
the one. Are crit fails and success is a thing? Okay.
Nope.
They are an optional rule, which we are not currently using.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Yay.
14.
Okay. There is definitely some magic. Basically, you can kind of see that there's a hole in the wall behind where the planks are. And the magic seems to run the circumference of the hole.
Okay. Is there a vibe of what kind of magic on it? Like, I presume it's either some kind of a sensing divination or warding.
Or
Can I have the
potentially a
book for a
trap.
second?
And while you're looking, I'll say, Zach, just tell him what card you spent. We got cards at the beginning that
yeah.
we could draw from, little bonuses.
So I had a re-roll
Because you rolled a 1.
because I rolled a 1 and I didn't want to fail at garbage. So
Do you feel dirty?
no, that's why I used the sword. I'm not touching it.
Make a magical theory check.
Magical theory. Ooh. Magic theory. 14.
Okay. It seems to be... Oh, I need the book back again. Sorry. I should have brought another book.
The one is sitting there.
We've got my old one.
Yeah.
Well
It
loved.
seems to be some kind of protection type of spell.
Okay. Do I have experience in knowing how to disarm or how to counter or...
Do you have the trap disarming skill?
Let's see, I do have a trap disarming. Does that include magical?
Yes, it does.
Well, let's go ahead and try that.
Okay.
Nice.
No need to explain it to them. I suppose the clumsy wizard would know what this is. So,
I'm like dusting myself, not really dusting, wiping crud off
They're
of
too
Covered
busy.
in
myself.
mud.
they're too
Cast
busy.
hygiene.
With a banana peel on your head.
Thank you.
I
Thank
like
you.
that you look back for a second, you're like, nah.
Okay. 10 to disarm.
Okay. I need the book back again.
Oh, I have a feeling that he doesn't need to look up. You succeeded.
Make another magic sense.
Ten.
Okay. The magic still seems to be there, but it seems to be suppressed.
Okay. Good. If we break it, they might be aware. If we suppress it, we may pass. I have suppressed the ward that is obscuring the entrance. I believe we may pass.
Oh, lovely.
Fantastic.
Will it fit?
It'll be a tight squeeze.
I don't envy your life choices. I will step through the barrier.
Will you? Make another resolve check.
I will think about stepping through the barrier.
Question, the disguise spell, is that only a mirage or is it a physical transformation?
It is an illusion.
It is illusion, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I could shrink here.
15.
Okay. All right. You are once again able to force yourself into the cramped space. The centaur is going to have to squeeze a little bit, but you move all the stuff away, and you can see that it basically looks like somebody pickaxed a hole in the wall through the brick. It goes a little way through like rock and dirt, and then it leads into a tunnel that is going to be just big enough for you to really kind of crouch and squeeze your way through. And the entire tunnel is lined here and there with these little glowing purple stones just kind of jutting out of the wall here and there. So there's a little bit more light. You're definitely able to see perfectly fine. The rest of you can see where the tunnel is. You probably wouldn't be able to read anything in there, but you can definitely see the tunnel because of the purple glow.
Do I know what the purple things are?
There's probably not even any reason for you to have to roll for this. It's pretty commonly known. There's a material called fiendstone. It's basically a gemstone, a magical gemstone that occasionally will turn into monsters.
Oh, yeah. Look out for the purple ones.
Are you doing all right?
I'm fine.
I think you and I are cowering behind the centaur's butt. Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, please.
Do you see anything ahead, Lectine?
Do I?
Let's see.
And on that thought, do I store spells in the sword? Can I have it like pre-charged, or is that? Do I have to cast it while I'm using it?
You cast it as you're using it. You could technically cast the spell early and then hold it, but then you're going to be concentrating on that and can basically do nothing else.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Pressing on, if anything unusual shows up, I suppose I will let them know if I feel like it.
Okay. Make another perception, and everybody can make the perception if you would like.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Visual
So that's right
or
under
auditory?
your main visual, and that's right under your main stat block up at the sort of topish leftish.
13.
Okay.
Okay, I got 8, 13 plus 4 because Hawkeyes.
Nice. 9.
9.
17.
Okay. So you see nothing. What'd you get?
Horse butt.
9.
9. Oh, right. Okay. So the two of you see nothing. You probably can't see past the horse butt.
Yeah.
And you definitely are going to get some information. What'd you get?
13.
13. Okay. So both of you, well, you definitely, you can both see that the tunnel goes for maybe 20 or 30 meters. And then it looks like it widens up a little bit. And you can see a door that looks kind of, it's just kind of a, some wooden planks just kind of hastily put together. So there's definitely a door at the end. And you see, just a couple meters ahead of you, you see that there's a tripwire run across the tunnel.
I'll stop everybody. Like, don't touch that.
What is
would
it?
you? There's a tripwire there. You especially don't touch that.
I'm cleaning my glasses as I'm walking.
Pull on his tail a little bit. Wait.
What?
Lectiel, would you be capable of disarming this?
Of course. Shouldn't be hard.
I never can tell when he actually means it. Or does he always mean it? It doesn't matter if it's actually true or not. Yes!
17.
Nice.
Okay. Do you want to just cut it entirely?
No, I want to find a way to recoil so it maintains tension so that it still feels like it is set.
Okay. You are aware that the centaur is clumsy and doesn't fit.
I am aware, so we're going to make it short. Okay. I just need some way to keep some tension on whatever it's running to, but
Okay.
open up as much of the pathway as possible.
Okay.
Pyre book.
All right. That works.
I'm small.
Yeah, I am overconfident, so I will go ahead.
All right. So you continue forward, and you get up to where that door is. And everybody
Oh, look, a door, everyone.
make 2 perceptions. One is going to be sound, the other is going to be visual, if it matters for anybody.
I have sound helping.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's do the visual first.
Visual first.
19 on visual.
No, D8.
Ugh.
8 and 7.
Well,
10 on auditory.
and 12 and 13.
The D12 is a harsh
11
mistress.
visual, 16 auditory.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
So you see that the door, if you didn't know any better, you would say the door itself is trapped. There's some kind of, like they've set up a little shelf and there's like a bunch of loose bricks right above it. So it looks like if you just open that door, they're going to fall. And sound-wise, you certainly don't hear this.
I'm having a conversation with the voice in my head in the back.
Probably. The rest of you can hear some voices coming from the other side of the door, and there's a little bit of light coming through it too.
No, just... Yes, I know it smells bad. No, it doesn't smell as bad as me. Shut up. Yes, I know it smells bad.
Shh. There's people on the other side of the door. Don't go through. We've got... Point up and tap whatever shelf the bricks are on.
Okay, it all collapses on you. I'm just kidding.
Rock fall, everybody dies.
There was a moment. Your life flashed before your eyes just for a moment.
What are floating fingers?
Mage hand.
Okay, I thought, okay. Can I use that to prevent those things from falling?
It's not going to be able to support that much weight. It's basically something you could do with 2 fingers.
Oh, okay, pinchy fingers, okay.
Can you pick up a brick with 2 fingers?
No, it has
not these
it's got a
bricks.
strength of 1, I think.
Okay, we're gonna spend a long time here picking each block off. No, I'm just kidding. Do you see a way past?
Not past. We could try knocking. Simply
Okay.
ask them why they may or may not have stolen this item.
They don't want
I'm sure that'll work well.
I have a feeling.
He
Be
has-
prepared to defend yourself, but be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to get... Wait a minute. That's the wrong character.
The more you're talking, Quest's hand is like starting to shake a little bit and it's going towards the door. And he's like trying to hold it back.
Hold on.
I got this. I'll start disassembling the brick trap.
Okay.
$13.
Okay. Yep.
Do we potentially have like an extra small sack that we can put the bricks in?
No one has always prepared.
No.
Make a luck check.
Not those dice. That die. 10?
Sure.
Okay. I'll hold on to those.
I don't think you really need to take the bricks. Luckily,
know.
just making it so the trap isn't going to work.
I know.
Okay.
Maybe
I have a plan.
He has a garden at home. It needs little edges.
Oh, for the bird bath.
For the bird bath.
Indeed.
All right.
What? You are a wonderful person.
Let me slip in.
Yeah.
1d8, 1d6 for sneaking. I want to slip around the side of the door. All set-like.
Perhaps that I should remain behind you, good sir. If you haven't noticed, I tend to glow a touch.
Yes, I can't move anyway.
10.
For sneaking?
Yes. Stealthy. Like the night.
It's the waiters.
Like the
It is. It really is. It's
Holding
it's
you
the
back.
waiters.
It's like one shoe size too big. That
I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
That means I can't wear that tight-fitting a boot.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Not the heavenly sandals of my youth.
I'm sorry, what did you get?
10.
10. Okay. So, here we are. You sneaking into the room. So, you open up the door. Oh yeah, they know you're there. So you open it up, and you're trying to very carefully sneak in. But you make a little bit of noise on the gravelly floor. And a number of people just look up and look you in the eyes as you're entering the room. And you see in the room, there is a dark elf over on this one side by another door. To your left, there's a table with some chairs around it, and you see she looks like a human woman and a human guy and a brownie, short little hobbit-looking guy. And at the back, you see there's almost what looks like an altar of some sort. And there's a tapestry. It looks like a fairly old tapestry, secondhand, also depicting Azrael on the wall. And you can't tell what's on the little altar there, but there's also a woman in there. There's a couple like lamps and lanterns in here, giving it enough light for everybody to see. So they see you come in, and the woman closest to you shouts, "Intruder!" And now we can all roll initiative, and then we'll take a break.
Oh
boy.
I lean over to you and I'm like, he should have knocked. I think you were right.
I'm also surprised they didn't notice the light coming through the door from their side.
It's actually lighter in here than the amount of light you were making.
Huh.
Whoops.
Shoot.
I need...
Oh.
It's good to be noticed sometimes.
Is it?
No, not really.
I didn't think so.
Only a 12.
Oh, that's so sad.
Only. I got an 8.
Okay. So, Talaro got a 12. Quest?
13.
13. All right, Isra?
8.
8. Okay. Lectiel?
Also 13.
13. Okay. Alrighty. Then I will work out initiative for everybody else and get everybody positioned here.
Awesome. While he's doing that, I'll do the outro. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll have the second half of this coming out soon. So make sure to check the links in our description below for all the stuff with Paragon. We'll have your website, you got social media, and then the link to the beta. So make sure to check that out and check out their website. Really cool setting, and you can see we're having fun already.